Across the nation.
Wait, sorry. Are you using PowerPoint? Can you turn it up? Otherwise it's just distracting. Yes.
Alright. Good now? Across the nation, over 130 college presidents, including our very own President Moe, have signed an initiative to support open and unimpeded debate on the 21 drinking age. The National Minimum Drinking Age Act of 1984, which established a nationwide uniform drinking age, should be repealed, and the responsibility of setting a drinking age should be returned to the states. I will tell you why this policy is unjust, why it should be changed, and the inconsistency created by it between the drinking age and other activities Americans are able to do at age 18. First off, the National Minimum Drinking Age Act of 1984 is unconstitutional. The 10th Amendment of the United States Constitution states, "The powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively, or to the people." Pretty much what this means is that if it's not specifically written in the Constitution as a federal right, they shouldn't be allowed to do it. The law used to make the 21-year-old drinking age uniform throughout all 50 states was unjust because it removed the states' rights to set their own drinking age. Nowhere in the Constitution is it explicitly stated that the drinking age is to be set by the federal government, so that right should lie with the states. The National Minimum Drinking Age Act forced states to raise their drinking age to the government-recommended age of 21 by threatening to lower state infrastructure funding to states that refused to comply. So naturally, every single state had to do it. They had like 4 years to change their drinking age because I think at the time about 16 had a drinking age set below age 21, so that forced all of them to move it up. The federal government bullied states to change their drinking age despite the fact that the right to set a drinking age intended to lie with the states alone based on the Constitution. This blatant disregard for the Constitution not only goes against one of the most important documents in American history, but also goes against one of America's most important pastimes, debate. Since the British set foot on this nation, debate has been the way to come up with the best course of action. From the decision to revolt against our British oppressors, to the Civil War, to modern times where we debate about the war in the Middle East. The National Minimum Drinking Age Act suppresses this great and necessary American tradition by not allowing the states to choose their own drinking age. The national minimum forces states to adhere to the government recommendation. If this were non-existent, then perhaps states would debate among themselves until the best possible drinking age was established in each individual state. Clearly, some states are already preparing to take action against this law, as in 1996, Louisiana ruled the drinking age unconstitutional, but later that same year repealed this act. Similarly, as recently as this past summer actually, 2 low-level county courts in South Carolina also ruled the drinking age unconstitutional. However, yet again, this was repealed by a higher-level court the same year. Furthermore, this law was not only unjust to states, but it has also caused an inconsistency among the maturity level of the 18 to 21-year-old age bracket. 18 is the age where Americans gain the right to vote for public officials, run for public office, in most states smoke cigarettes, can join the military, or even be forced to join the military under the Military Selective Service Act, which is used in the event of a draft. If Americans are allowed to do all of these important and potentially deadly things, why should they not be allowed to drink alcohol? After all, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, more deaths are caused by tobacco than HIV, illegal drug use, alcohol use, motor vehicle injuries, suicides, and murders combined. However, there is little opposition to the age restrictions of tobacco, which is clearly significantly more deadly than alcohol. Now, opposition to a measure like this, such as MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, may claim that the drinking age must remain 21 nationwide because of the decrease in alcohol-related traffic deaths. However, has the drinking age actually decreased the number of alcohol-related deaths? Deaths have simply been transferred from traffic-related to other accidents. The minimum drinking age has moved drinking from bars and clubs to dorm rooms, apartments, and other unsafe locations. Many students are frightened of calling the proper help in alcohol-related cases because they are worried about getting in trouble. Although many universities have a Good Samaritan policy that prevents the university from taking any action against students, this policy fails to address the legal consequences possible when law enforcement gets involved. The minimum drinking age has not decreased the number of deaths related to alcohol, but simply transferred them from the road to unsafe drinking conditions. I have shown you why the national uniform drinking age is unjust, why it should be up to the states, and why the main argument against a lower drinking age is misleading. After hearing my argument, I hope that you choose to support the repeal of the National Minimum Drinking Age Act of 1984. According to the president of Duke University, Richard Broadhead, There isn't that much difference in maturity between 21 and 18. If the age is younger, you're getting exposed to it at a younger age, and you don't freak out when you get to campus. If this is true, then why should we not discuss a change?